Hello, hello, hello. Once again, you are up front with Frank Rothstein on skiescrescentradio.com. Yes, skiescrescentradio.com. Um, Today, if you're watching this video, live, we're on many fronts. We're live on Twitch. We are live on Facebook. You'll find us later on over on YouTube. You will find us, of course, in our main hub of podcasting on Spreaker, SPREAKER.com, or on your app. You find us everywhere. iHeart, just wherever you find stuff. That's what we are. Sitting with me, as always, someone who's talking by only moving her mouth and not saying a word to me is, of course, the miming Jade Zabrick. Jade has redecorated her office studio hideout again. This time we're on an angle where the door is just over her left shoulder. I'm looking at the calendar over her right shoulder. I'm seeing 3 guitars, a guitar case, a couple of notebooks, 2 turtle doves, and a chord chart. Oh, well, that's what goes on. It's always good to check in on your friends, right? It's been an interesting week. Before we even talk about that, you can always contact us. Me, at upfrontfrank@gmail.com, upfrontfrank@gmail.com. You can always find Jade at jadezabrick.com. Upfrontfrank@gmail.com. Yeah, jadezabrick@gmail.com. It's like getting stuck in a loop. You can always check out her band, the Trainwalkers. You can find them over at thetrainwalkers.com. No matter what I say, just keep putting the words .com at the end of it, okay? Today I am drinking water.com. That's coffee.com. I'm losing my track here. And I've got my water.com. So let's just keep saying .com. It's the way it's just become. That's it. I'm going to open my app, my own personal app called .com. Throw people way off the trail. It has been, as always, an interesting week. A few stories caught my eye. Yeah, a few stories caught my eye. Mostly because of the stupidity and the cruelty of it. But when I talk about lesser known stories or ridiculous stories, ridiculous does not necessarily mean funny. There are a lot of things that happen in the world that are not funny, they're just totally ridiculous. Before we start, this is not ridiculous. This is actually a fact of what's going on in the world, and it says today that Vladimir Putin is undergoing cancer surgery, and he will transfer power to ex-FSB chief. Okay. Yeah, he's going to temporarily hand the power to a hardline former federal police chief, Nikolai Patrushev, head of the Russian Federal Police Security Council. From what I'm reading, he is worse than Putin. But temporarily, not sure how long this will last for. I don't know how long Vladimir Putin will be out of healing up. We'll see. It says a short time, and of course it says Putin is unlikely to agree to hand over power for a longer period of time. Well, we'll see. It says, I will say that this is the worst option. A narrator of the video. Patrushev is an outright villain. He is no better than Vladimir Putin. Moreover, he is more cunning, and I would say more insidious person than Vladimir Putin. If he comes to power, Russians' problems will only multiply. Viktor Mikhailovich ominously, I never even used that word, ominously hinted that if he and his allies will make certain efforts so this does not happen, and okay, I hope he succeeds. Okay, anyway, you got the idea. So Vladimir Putin is going in for surgery, and somebody's getting the power. Oh, great. Well, so every now and again, you'll hear me talking about racism. You'll hear me talking about anti-Semitism. I can talk about both. There's never a never-ending supply of either. Today, I'm looking at this. This actually came out April 18th. This was the original event of the story, and I'm seeing it on CNN today. CNN usually runs a little slow on stories like this, and it's not like everyone's, like an airline crash. Everyone's there in 5 minutes. It's this story took a little while, and it says what it is a weightlifter who goes to Bruce High School in Mississippi, who competes in weightlifting, was told that she had to remove the beads from her hair in order to compete. They were going to disqualify her. That's what it was. They were going to disqualify her. And in order for her to compete and get this done in time, not only did her teammates, the opposing teammates came over, and together, like 12 pairs of hands, pulling beads out, undoing all. This must have hurt her head because they're all like pulling it out fast, pulling beads. This does not affect how you lift weights. Make no mistake about it. This does not affect. I've lifted weights. I've lifted weights with hats on, with long hair, with short hair. I've lifted weights with whatever. I lifted weights for all. People lift weights with all kinds of things on their head. Hats, headphones, anything. It doesn't affect you. All you need are hands, technique, and lift the damn thing up. Not in Mississippi. So anyway, she went along with it, but this is a shitty thing to do to anyone. It's a kid doing her best in school. I'm not even going to read this thing. You could find it because it's just what I'm describing, just in a longer version if you read it. And this is why they're looking to get the Crown Act passed, which is the Crown Act, which allows you the freedom to wear your hair the way it is, the way it should be, the way you want naturally. Yeah, this is just crap. Yeah, this is just crap. I mean, I'm watching this. I feel sorry for this kid that anyone would do this to her. I really do. I feel sorry anyone would do it to anyone. Be quite honest. It's just it's crap. It's I keep using the word crap because that's just what it is. I mean, it's horrible. It's to even think that that the school board would even think this is appropriate to even ask this kid to do this. I mean, it's not like, how do I put it? If you have long hair, if you have beads, hair clips, pins, barrette, anything, and you're, say, a boxer, a mixed martial artist, a wrestler, where your heads come together, your eyes are in contact with people's heads, I could understand that as a precaution against catching someone in the eye. That's done in boxing all the time. You can have a beard only so thick, hair, there's a certain things that you cannot do in combat sports because there's contact with the eyes. And yes, if you have beads and you're waving your head, I understand that. That's a safety precaution. This is crap. This is just crap. So anyway, gotta love Mississippi. Beautiful state, nice piece of the country. Yeah, well, what can you do, right? Let me see. Where's the other thing I was talking about today where you can have, let's get to some good old-fashioned, we haven't had a little anti-Semitism in a few weeks. 1 second. Because I was reading today that in Russia someone made this claim. Here it is. Sorry to keep you, I misplaced one story because I don't have it in front of me. I'm using my computer. This came out of NPR radio, NPR News, I should say. And this is Israel slams Russia's foreign minister for comparing Zelensky to Hitler. And what he did was, it says Israeli officials are castigating, I never even used that one, Russia, demanding an apology for its comments its foreign minister made about Nazism over the weekend. Pretty much it started a day after Holocaust Remembrance Day, when Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov made the anti-Semitic comments in an interview with Italian television program Zona Bianca. He was asked about Russia's claim that it had invaded Ukraine to denazify the country. His response was, so when they say how can Nazification exist if we're Jewish? He says, in my opinion, Hitler also had Jewish origins. So pretty much he made it out that Hitler was Jewish, which he was not. There was an unproven rumor that maybe a grandparent somewhere was Jewish, but that was never proven. And he has now put it out as he has put it in the context of that the Jew was murdering the Jews. And that's what he's not like the Jews are the Nazis. And so, yeah, this is, like I say, there is never a shortage of either of these things. It doesn't matter where you go in the world. Someone's going to hate someone for something. It makes no difference where you are. It does not matter. You're going to find someone somewhere that hates somebody for who they basically are. It's just the way it goes. It's nothing new. Yeah, nothing new. So, yeah. So there we go. Distant relatives and beads. Sometimes I just can't stand people. You know what I mean? How is everybody else's week? Someone tell me how everybody else's week was. By the way, if you're watching us on Twitch, feel free to leave a comment or a message. Feel free. We'd love to hear from you. Because why not? Just why not? Okay, what else have we got out there? Yeah, then crimes, tragic as they are, the reasoning behind them is so dumb. On today's New York Daily News, the headline reads, "Everyone's Friend Slain." It says, "Beloved delivery man and dad of 3 shot dead on a quiet Queens street." And what this is, the caption of this story is, "Queens customer angry he didn't get enough duck sauce and he sought in the sleigh of a beloved Forest Hills Chinese food delivery man." Yeah, he was upset over 1 or 2 things along the way, and he says he didn't get enough duck sauce, and even when he was offered to have it brought more to him, he wanted a refund, which you cannot refund delivered food because people don't know. You know, you cannot give it back to them. They can, tell you to keep it if they want, but no. That wasn't good enough, so he shot the guy. With his Lexus. He drove away in his Lexus. He shot the guy over duck sauce. It used to be we got killed over sneakers. Then it went to Subway tokens. Well, actually, it was Subway tokens, then sneakers. Now, you get it for duck sauce. This is what goes on. This is okay. So there's one. Well, I guess that was. I'll just leave that one as a dumbass with murder. But back to the racism thing, because when I talk, I go back and forth. I'm looking at this from CNN. I cannot believe that a teacher would even think of this. Of all things, says New York teacher put on leave after parents allege he made 7th graders pick seeds out of cotton. You got that? Seeds out of cotton. And since I got this from today's CNN website, I'm sure this happened probably a few days before. It says a Rochester, New York teacher has been placed on leave according to a statement from the Rochester City School District Board of Education after parents allege he made students pick seeds out of cotton during a lesson one parent said was about slavery. Right? Rochester School of Arts teacher Patrick Rausch, R-A-U-S-C-H, allegedly gave pieces of cotton to all of his 7th grade students last week and instructed them to pick the seeds out of cotton as part of an assignment. And that's according to 2 of the parents of the students in the classes. Now, when I say he gave them cotton, I don't mean he went to the store, bought a bag of cotton balls and gave them each a piece. That's not the same thing. I mean, like you went to the fields and pulled out a handful of cotton. Okay. Rosh allowed white students in the class to throw their cotton away and forego the assignment to work on Chromebooks. Precious Morris, mother of 13-year-old student, told CNN. Okay, so the white kids can work on Chromebooks. Okay, Morris said when her daughter, Janasia Brown, who was black, attempted to throw her cotton away, Rosh allegedly said she was not allowed to do so, and if she did, she would receive a poor grade of the assignment. All right. Well, as one put it, he is making a mockery of slavery. Okay, I would never, the usual, the responses, I would never have thought a teacher would do such a thing. I'm not quite getting why. Simply why. What are you hoping to accomplish here? Okay. The practicality of learning how to, if people can pull a seed out of an object, give them an apple. Give them an apple. Let them pull a seed out. Give them a bell pepper. Lots of seeds in there. Pull them out. Why are you telling all the kids who are white that they can throw it away, and all the kids who are black that they cannot throw it away? I am not quite understanding how this works in someone's mind. This is pretty creative. I've never heard of doing this, but this to me is pretty creative. That you're going to waste time finding cotton with seeds, giving it to the entire class, and letting whatever amount the kids throw it away, while the rest of the kids have to do this crap, and and try to fake it off as instruction. This is not a teacher, should not be allowed your children. Throw this person out. And whatever else happens, but throw this person out, pull their license, don't let them around children ever again. That's all I got to say on that one. Gotta love the world. Nothing else, it's always interesting. Powerball. The other day, I can shift gears pretty quick, and this was April 28th. Powerball paid $473.1 million. There's a winner. Usually it's a winner that says, not going to change my life. Yeah, sure. Okay, it was sold in Arizona. Now, why Arizona is so important as opposed to any other state is each state has its own set of taxes. So if you hit the lottery in New York or California, state taxes will crush you. If you hit it in the city taxes, and if you hit it in other states, it's far less. Depends on where you live. Okay, so here you go. Let's see. The cash option is usually taken first. That also depends on your age. So let's say you hit it, you're 20. Yeah, you can take yearly payouts. I'm closer to 60. I'm not taking 20 yearly payouts. But so most people take the cash option. In this case, it would have been $283.3 million. This article is going to tell me about the taxes. Okay. And of course, then the IRS comes first. What are the numbers here? What kind of crazy numbers have they got? Let's see. First, the federal withholding tax of 24% would reduce the 283.3 by about 68 million. Then comes top federal rate is 37%. So that's more generally due at tax time, but I guess you can request it at the time. If the winner had no reduction in income, for example, significant charitable contributions from the winning, another 13% or 36.8 million would be due the IRS, 104 million 0.8 and so far. All right, let's see. Then there is the Arizona state taxes. That's the top effective rate is 2.98% for tax year 2022, which if applied in the lump sum would mean 8.4 million, and the winner has 100 days to claim the prize. Now, that's a lot of money. That's a lot of percentage out of anything. Now, why I always find this interesting is because I'm going to round this 473.1. Let's just round it off to 500 million. Right? Let's just say 500 million, 475 million. That's a nice thing you can remember. 475 million. There are millions upon millions of people playing this from draw date to draw date. Okay? Monday to Wednesday, Wednesday to Saturday, whatever dates it comes out. They put in, certainly it's not the $2 a game. Not everyone's putting in just $2. So you got people who put in hundreds. The office pools come in with tons of people putting in whatever. The group of friends come in and they put in whatever. There are people in their own pocket put in 50s at a time. And I remember a couple of years ago, I'm watching I remember when it got to 600 million, roughly, that the day before the drawing was 600 million. The day of, people were putting up money like crazy to get in there on the last day, but the jackpot never moved. It was still 600 million at the draw time. Just as the balls are coming out, it never changed. So where's the money go? Well, the states are keeping it. The governments are keeping it. So yes, if you're winning, and even if you give up 50% of this 473, you've got a hell of a lot of money. But just keep in mind how much is really raised before they're giving you $473.1 million. And the states are keeping it. The government is taxing it. Then they're going to tax you again because you're probably going to invest it, get some interest on it. Then they're going to tax it again because, well, you usually put it in a will for somebody. So if it goes directly to one person or another, they'll tax it again, which is why you're better off leaving money in trust for people. And all the government does is tax you on it. So really, when it comes to lotteries, is it a thieving act? Thieving. It's one of the greatest scams in all of gambling. It really is. I'm guilty. I play numbers. I play daily numbers, but yeah. And I play a 3-digit number, and I'm just going to throw out a random. I play the number 818. Don't ask me how I got it. It's just 818. The beauty of 818 is it can only come up one of 3 ways. 818, 188, 881. So I do what's called $1 combo. It's a $3 bet. That means no matter how it comes up, I get paid $500. That's nice. If you hit it, of course, that's nice. Am I to believe that there's only 500 people a day or $500 a day raised on this thing? No, there's who knows how much raised on it. And the state keeps it. Each state has their own system and they keep the money. So back to the main story here. Yeah, when you finish taxing it up and put it all in the bag and keep it in the house, you got a hell of a lot of money. But realize that we are not seeing, when it comes to the jackpot, before the lottery draw, we are not seeing nearly, not even close to 50% of it. We're seeing nothing. Low percentage numbers. But congratulations to the winner. Hope it doesn't change your life. I know it will. Change your phone number first thing, which by now I'm pretty sure, you know. Okay, what else is going on here? Lots of things going on. Oh, man. That's why I don't like playing lottery tickets. Yeah, you throw in your token, a couple of bucks to get the quick pick, but you know. Jade, do you play lotteries? Like when jackpot, like lot? No, you never go into the group like everyone puts up a $2 bill? That works. Yeah, that's right. That works. That's a while ago, but yeah, I mean, it's fun to try as a habit. No. Oh, by the way, people, you heard it here. Jade talks. I got her. I knew I'd get it. Okay, Jade, before you sign off, tell us what you got coming up. You have dates coming up. You have events coming up. But yeah, give us the dirt. Dish it. Oh, they can't hear you? Okay, Jade said, oh, I thought they could. I'm sorry. I got her to speak. I thought you could hear her. She tells me, no, it's not true. She tricked me. Jade said that last time she played the lottery, the jackpot, was we were at the old radio station. That means about 4 years ago, she played one lottery ticket. So it's not a hat. But I got to hear her voice on my computer. This is a rarity. Anyway, while we're talking about Jay, just so you know, May 27th at the station inside the Element Hotel in New Jersey, in Harrison, New Jersey, Jade Zabrick will be entertaining everybody in her path. Showtime is 7 o'clock. 7 o'clock. She doesn't give me much detail. I got to guess. So anyway, yeah, that's what's going on. And I'm trying to get her to sit there and, use another microphone, talk to us, sing us a song. But okay, that's another story. Anyway, so just keep the idea of what goes on when you're playing the big lotteries. What else is going on? Speaking of, not speaking of anything, New York City is looking to keep their outdoor lifestyle post-virus. They want the outdoor eating concessions to remain. The outdoor dining that we see around town, if you're in New York or Brooklyn or wherever you are, I don't like it. I like outdoor dining. There are places that were just designed for it. There really were. They were designed. There's places with outdoor seating and in a spot that provides for it. This is just half-assed, expensively built, not even nice looking, just wood, plain old wood shacks in the middle of the street that takes up parking. And as everyone knows, because the city made you put planks up there for level to the curb, there's a space underneath. So we're getting what? Built up water for stench. And we got rodents. It's getting infested. And a lot of times these shacks aren't even used. They're just there. The owners had them. They started with them, but now they have the restaurants open and not using them. They're just there. Plenty of places around town with just like empty shacks. Okay. I'm not a lover of these things. There's been a handful of accidents with them. I was laughing like a year and a half ago when a garbage truck hooked onto one of these outdoor dining structures and pulled it away. Yeah, a tow truck hooked onto it and pulled it away. Yeah, I got it. I think somebody was eating in it. But actually, last week a car plowed into one of them. And not always, I don't know what the Department of Health, the Board of Health inspection guidelines are for them, but I look at them. It's, again, if you have a spot that's a nice spot that allows for outdoor eating, that's great. It's great. But this, not my thing. I'd like to see it go. When people start whining, I want New York City to go back to the way it was. Well, the first thing is we get rid of that. What else do we have going on? Okay, well, let's see. Let me get into some more ridiculous stuff. So I'm reading the other day on April 26th. Of course, I go to the New York Post for stories like this. They have an abundance of things to talk about. I used to love the weird but true section. And that's what pretty much now they come with videos, weird but true. It says a man with 9 wives has a sex schedule to fulfill his sexuality at any cost. So anyway, he's a betting planner. I like that, a betting planner. Having multiple hanky-panky partners is apparently a lot of work. A Brazilian model and polygamist who's notoriously married to 9 women now claims he had to create a sex schedule to be sure each wife's needs are met. Well, I guess that's not as easy as it sounds. They all want to fulfill my sexuality at cost, and that's according to Arthur O. Urso, who told Jam Press about his salacious plate spinning. All right. The model and swinger, who was first married to fellow swinger Luana Kazaki, made waves in the marital circles last year after tying the knot with 8 additional women in Sao Paulo because he wanted to protest against monogamy. All righty then. Well, I got to tell you then, Arthur has to worry about a lot of birthdays. Looks like he can afford the birthdays. I'm looking at a picture of almost all his wives, very attractive women. And when they go to divorce him, I hope they all come nine at one time and get them all at one time, because this is the most ridiculous thing I can ever see. It looks like he took out all his Hooters girls and took them shopping. But okay, I guess he has a lot of money, because if the girls don't mind it and he don't mind it, it's not for me to mind. So there you go. Good for Arthur. Arthur O. Gotta love these stories, no? Okay, what else is going on here? I don't feel like talking anymore about that stuff. Let me see. But actually, I can't help it. It's the way it goes. Okay, we covered that one. This is what this. Oh, let's see. I talked about being against blacks, being against Jews. Can't leave out the Asians. Let's get this one over here. The Supreme Court has declined late last Monday to block one of the country's top-rated high schools from using new admissions plans that the community group says would discriminate against Asian Americans. Thomas Jefferson High School for Science and Technology in Fairfax County, Virginia, just outside of Washington, D.C., changed its admission system 2 years ago with the stated goal of achieving a more diversity in the student body. The school did away with requirement to make 3 standardized tests, submit an essay, and get teacher recommendations. The new system requires applicants to have taken a rigorous load of middle school courses with high grade point average. The district also undertakes a holistic review of a student's background, including socioeconomic status. An applicant's race is not considered under the new evaluation system. Under the previous admissions process, Asian Americans made up at least 65% of the admitted classes. The figure dropped to 54%. 65 down to 54, that's a lot. Okay. The 4th District Circuit Court of Appeals ruled allowing the high school to continue using the new system. Okay, so pretty much they're looking to weed out some of the Asian people, Asian kids, in favor of whoever it is they want to be in favor of. It's not good enough that you can do the work. It's not good enough that you're capable. Socioeconomic, well, I guess it's not good enough if you have money in the bank. No, you got to look a certain way. You have to represent a certain group. Well, okay, hey. Okay. Gotta love it. Down in Virginia, down in Mississippi. Gotta call up Alabama next week and see what's going on down there. Look at that. It's 5:35 New York time. These stories are flying by. I gotta tell you, they are flying by. I should have brought more of this nonsense, but I could not continue reading anymore because I didn't want to bring any more of this nonsense. So anyway, we're doing this on Twitch now live for the last, 3-4 weeks. Yeah, 4 weeks. We're getting the hang of it. I seem to, we got a few listeners coming and going, which is always pretty good. Waiting for the comment stages to go through and see, maybe I'll change my look. I've been looking for a prettier version of me. I know I need a haircut, but maybe I'll go for a prettier version of myself and see if I can attract people that way. I'll show some way. I don't know. I'll think of something. But we're doing okay on Twitch. We're having some fun. Go over to Jade's page, Jade Zabert. She's putting up music videos, instructional videos of how to not so much compose a song, but how to put it together one technical piece at a time. So Jade Zabert on Twitch. We are on Sky's Cousin Radio on Twitch. I do have an upfront with Frank Rothstein page, or upfront Frank, I should say, on the same site. But I'm mostly over here. But go over there and visit me. That's going pretty well, and everything else is going actually pretty well. Let's go to we have a couple. By the way, we have a couple of world records set this week. The first one I read about came from MSNBC, which is an amputee superstar. It says, and why this amputee superstar is attempting to run 102 marathons in 102 days. It says Jackie Hunt Boersma, mother of two, took up running at the late age of 40, or at the NCI, at the age of 40, is out to prove naysayers wrong. It seems that Jackie is an amputee, looks like from the knee down. Yeah, from the knee down. It says, when amputee Jackie Hunt Boersma told doctors 6 years ago she wanted to take up long distance running, they advised her against it. They decided she decided to break world records. She's 46. The mom of two is currently attempting to complete 102 marathons in 102 days, which is the world record for women with or without a disability. So I'm corrected. She has not completed it yet, but she's trying her best. She recently finished the Boston Marathon on April 18th with a time of 5 hours, 5 minutes, 13 seconds, as well as the other 26.2-mile race on trails near our home in Gilbert, Arizona, and on her treadmill. Okay. She's completed 99 marathons in 99 days. That's incredible. That's incredible, whether she has legs or not. That for anyone, that's incredible. And I'm hoping she could do it. Yeah, she's incredibly healthy and fit. I got to give you that. Wow. Wondering how this is not the joke. I'm wondering how her other leg and her hips are holding up. That's a hell of a lot. Wow. Okay, so that's what she's doing. That's the plan for Jackie. I wish her luck. And then the world record. This is a world record. A 100-year-old man breaks the Guinness World Record for working at the same company for 84 years. And this is Walter Arthman of Brazil, broke the world record for longest tenure at the same company while turning 100 years old. He was born in Brazil in April of 1922, April 19th to be exact. Wanted to get a job as a 15-year-old to help the family with financial needs, like a lot of kids did, at that time. And because of his strong proficiency in German, he was hired as a shipping assistant for a textile company. And a little after that, he became a sales manager. He became a sales manager. First, he got promoted to sales. Now he's a sales manager, and he's held that position ever since. And he's been there, and seems very proud of himself. He's happy with it all. He's busy. He's out there every day. There was a big party for him, and that's pretty impressive. 84 years. So congratulations. Yeah. Yeah. Whew. I can't imagine. I really could not imagine doing everything. 84 years. Picture me doing this for 84 years. Or doing my last job for 84 years. Or any job for 84 years. My concentration doesn't always last 84 minutes. But that's pretty impressive. And that's probably what's keeping him alive now. Every day he has destination. He gets up, goes to work, puts the day in, serves a purpose. Pretty good. Pretty good. Tell us what you do. We'd like to hear what you do. What's your job? What's your purpose? I have always said in this show, everyone should be heard, and we want to hear from you. So please, if you're not leaving us a message on any of our websites, whether it's on Twitch, Facebook, YouTube, or emails, upfrontfrank@gmail.com. Feel free. Tell us what you do, what your purpose is, what you specialize in, at least what you feel you're best at. And I'd find it very interesting. Yeah, I would. So what else is going on here? Okay, it's 5:42 p.m. New York time. I say that mostly for me, not for you. I say it for me, gives me a little gauge of what I'm doing. So anyway, I'm sitting here still doing the Still, my friends on Facebook, people I've known for a lot of years, every night I type in the words, "What's for dinner?" I think I've told you this last week. And I'm always telling them I'm washing the tuna fish. All I'm doing is rinsing off the contents of a can of tuna and getting rid of the excess salt and oils. And I'm eating it instead of mayonnaise. I use low-fat cottage cheese. It has helped me to lose nearly 40 pounds, just about 40 pounds. So I get a kick out of it. Now I'm getting ready to, my next goal is now to drop a Jeep size off of my jeans. Yes, I've done that once already. That was the goal before the last goal. I've reached my last goal. My next one will be more tangible, which is I want to get a size smaller in my jeans. So I will be watching, paying close attention. I will be paying close attention to everything I do with that. And when I get down one size of jeans, I'll be a happy guy. Shopping, I go. So I'm always wondering what everyone else does when they lose weight. What's their guideline? What's their plan? I always tell people, at least I always suggest, take something out of your closet. Pick something that you know is tight on you. I don't mean so tight that you haven't worn it in like 20 years. I mean tight on you. And then go to work, see what can happen. And when it fits, if it fits, when you lose enough and it fits you again, that's how much weight you've lost. So weigh yourself now, weigh yourself then. I, on the other hand, I do that because I do have a couple of pieces of clothing I'm looking to get into again. But also, I like to use the scale personally because it's like a game to me. It's like targets. Every day I have a target. This is where I got to get this number, this number. This is what I want to do. It's just a game. You know? And years ago, I was talking to someone about this. Who says, "Yeah, you'll lose it. It's good for your health." I said, "I don't do it for my health. And I don't do this for my health. I do it for health is a byproduct. Health is a good byproduct of losing weight. I do it to see if I can get to that jacket again. I do it because I told someone I could. That's why I did it. I have a doctor that was pretty much giving up on me because I wasn't losing the weight. And, it's not like my tests were going so great. So, okay, my blood tests. So I can do this. And the day after I saw him, that was last August, I saw him again since, but after last August visit, I knew my plan in 5 minutes. I always know my plan. And I got 3 slices of pizza. Immediately left his office, went for lunch, went to one of my favorite pizzerias, got 3 slices of pizza. And that was the end of steady bread and starch food. It's not like I never had it. Of course, I'm going to have something again. But I became very good after that within a day. I really didn't care. Food like drinking, like any drug, like anything else, it chooses you. I never did drugs a day in my life. I never smoked pot a day in my life. I drank, but it was never all that big a thing to me. I really haven't had this, there's a celebration, there's a shot to be had. Yeah, I'm in. But to go out drinking, yeah, not really. But somehow food chose me. I don't even always enjoy it, but it chose me. So it had a good, that's its thing. So here I am, pretty much right now, besides trying to get into an old jacket, is proving to a couple of people that I'm right, which I like to do. It sounds crazy, but I like to be right. It may not be very profitable at times, but sometimes it's profitable. But in this case, I did everything I said I would do. I want to see, what happens with it next. Hopefully that jacket. Because all the other jackets I had, it's like the winter jackets, coats, winter, right? They don't fit anymore. They just don't fit. And no, you can't take them in. They just don't fit. So it'll be an interesting fall next, a few months when I start to go shopping again, see what I can do. Okay, it's 5:47. Jade, is there anything you'd like to type into the chat for for your show, your videos, your channel, anything. That way you can all see it in the stream. And yes, and when we put this on YouTube later on, I'm going to ask Jade to copy and paste it as a comment there so you can see it there too. Yeah, and she's typing. Let me see what else. All I know is the Mets are doing good. The Mets are doing good. The Yankees, who people were somehow worried about this season, they got terrible players. They got this, they got that. They're the #1 team in baseball. It makes me sick. I'm a Met fan. So that's what's going on. Anyway, I think that sometimes the show could be a little bit shorter. And I think today is a good day for that. I thank everyone for tuning in. Next time we get some commercials, we'll make sure we're always on the clock at even numbers. But today, it's okay to cut it back a little bit. Hope everyone's doing well. Don't forget, next week, before I talk to you, it's Mother's Day. So everybody, make that phone call, send that flower, get that chocolate. If you're lucky enough to have your mom around, or even just, if you're not, just think of them, look at the picture and talk to them. Make sure you remember Mother's Day. Don't blow it, guys. Guys are good for blowing everything. We're good that way. But don't blow it, guys. Okay. Everyone, I will see you next week. Have a good night. What's for dinner? Please share on any of these sites. Tell us what's for dinner. And if you like me, you'll be washing some tuna fish. Okay. Have a good night. I'll see you.